Hey y'all, I'm back. Let me put this up a little bit. Today I'm going to tell you about one of the few times that I actually had to put somebody out of my car. In this case, it was two people. So this was back some years ago when the Patriots were dominating. And obviously DC, like any other city, has a bunch of sports bars. So I'm downtown one day and I pick up these two guys and they get in the car. The Patriots had just destroyed, I think, Green Bay or somebody. And so these guys get in my car and they're talking back and forth about the Patriots, making them sound like the greatest sports team in history. And one of the guys, I could tell they want me to get involved, but I wasn't in the mood for it. Plus, I don't really love the Patriots. So one of the guys says to me, "Hey, driver, don't you think Bill Belichick is a genius?" Because they had been saying that back and forth. He's a genius, this genius, and that. And I said, no, not really. I mean, I think, and I was, saying this way back then. People say it all the time now, but I think a lot of the credit that he got a lot of credit for things that Tom Brady did and Tom Brady was doing. Tom Brady would make any coach look like a genius. Those wins weren't from Belichick, that's for sure. I don't think he's a genius. So then he said to me, "You mean to tell me if you were the owner of the Redskins, they were the Redskins back then, and you needed a head coach, and Bill Belichick was available, you wouldn't take him?" And I said, not really. There's some other coaches around the league that I think are just as good and who would blend with my personality the best. Because, obviously as the owner, you got to be able to work with the head coach. And I think Bill Belichick is a sleazeball. But so I said, no, I'm good. I didn't say all that to him. I didn't say anything that would upset him. I just said, no, there are a lot of other coaches that I would rather have coaching my team. For instance, Mike Tomlin. So then this crazy guy, the one sitting right behind me here, calls me. He said, "You're a fucking idiot." I said, "What? Who are you talking to, dude?" Now, I'm trying to give him a little bit of leeway because he's drunk. So I said, okay, whatever. And then he says it again. And I said, "Listen, man, you're not going to keep calling me a fucking idiot in my own car." And his boy tried to calm him down, but he was wasted. He kept on. He was like, "So you mean to tell me you wouldn't take Belichick?" I said, "No, I already said I'm not going to take him. There's other teams in the other coaches in the league I'm more comfortable with." And I think he called me a fucking idiot one more time. I think it was a total of 3 times. So I said to myself, I'm gonna put these motherfuckers out this car. I told his boy, I said, "Listen, get your boy under control because I'm gonna put y'all out this car." And his boy said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I said, "You didn't do nothing wrong. Your boy's the one back here doing something wrong, and he's gonna be the one that caused y'all to get put out of this car." So he couldn't stop him, though. He couldn't stop him, and I knew I was going to put them out. So what I did was I put them out of the car right across the street from the vice president's residence. Who was the vice president back then? Trump's first vice president. I can't remember. But anyway, it was during Trump's first era, and I put him out of the car right across the street. And the Secret Service, they don't like 2 random dudes being dropped off right there in front of the vice president's residence. Yeah, no, they didn't like that. The Secret Service was like, I drove away because, you can't do that. A lot of people still don't understand what Uber and Lyft is. We are a contractor, like a franchise. Like, a guy will buy a building and decorate it with all McDonald's stuff, and then people will come in based on what's on top of that building, and he has to feed them, and of course he has to stay up to McDonald's standards. But at the end of the day, it's his building, it's his business. He can tell you when to get out. All right, he can trespass you. Same thing with us. We pay to be on the app. We pay to have this, right? And we do that by giving up a little bit of what we earn, and that enables us to be our own boss. But anyway, that's one of the times that I put somebody out of my car. I think I've only had to put 3 times have I had to put people out of my car. And that's not too bad when you think about, 12 years. So, by and large, people do not fuck with me. But, when you're dealing with alcohol and you're dealing with God knows what else, and sometimes they can lose control of themselves. And I make them pay the price.